This is David with High Performance Stoicism. I want to talk to you about the Stoic way of seeing your romantic partner. How do the Stoics say you should regard or view that person? When most people ask us, what value does your romantic partner have in your life? We're bound to say they're a good in our life or they are good in our life. And we all understand what you mean by that because they are that special someone you want to spend the most time with of all the people that you know. Now, the Stoics have a distinctive view of this because of their value theory. The Stoics say, first of all, that only one thing is good in life, and that is virtue. So, being courageous, prudent, temperate, or self controlled, and just, that is, being a just person, that's the only way you have good in life. And here's the reason why. The Stoics believe that the absolutely necessary condition of being happy is to be virtuous. There's really no other way to be happy. There's no shortcut or anything like that. You have to work on becoming a virtuous person. So, to understand this a little more, think about the following idea. By becoming a courageous person, by becoming self controlled, one thing you're going to do is you're going to transform your experience. You're going to transform how you see things. So if you're courageous, things that would frighten most people will not frighten you. In a tempting situation where most people would be tempted to give in and do something that maybe injure the relationship or maybe unhealthy, they're going to say, no thanks. And they don't really see it as tempting in the way that most of us would. And one result of this, besides higher mental functioning of overall, is that your mind will be in harmony by doing all this. So, where does that put your romantic partner? Well, the Stoics will say, well, they're not something that's bad. Virtue is the only good, and vice, such as cowardice and self indulgence, dishonesty, that's the only bad. And then in between these, there are a number of things they call either intermediates or indifference. They still have some kind of value or disvalue, but they're neither good nor bad. So, wealth, health, and good social standing, those are what they call preferred indifference. And so they are neither good nor bad, but they can benefit us and in some cases not benefit us. And think about your romantic partner. There's a number of ways in which you think how they can benefit you, but then there will be ways in which you would say, they're not really benefiting me. And guess what? That's just life. Don't expect too much of the reality that you're given to think this person will always benefit you, because when you're in a romantic relationship, you don't always want to go right home or home at a certain time, and you don't want to have a schedule that always involves someone else. Everybody has those kinds of feelings at some times. So, yes, there are ways in which the person doesn't benefit you. They restrict you in certain ways. And also, there are some times where one or the other is not happy with the other one. You all know what I mean. So, don't require so much of a human being. That fits in with what we're talking about. And so by seeing, okay, they're between good and bad because we don't always benefit from them. Sometimes there's lack of benefit, and that's all right. Be realistic about your relationship this way. Now, the second important thing in order to ask how the Stoics would see a romantic partner, it has to do with getting the proper perspective. And the perspective we're going for and trying to understand is one based on the truth. And so here's the truth about your romantic relationships that the Stoics would arrive at by doing one of their very important practices, which is perspective taking, taking a larger and more realistic perspective of the situation. So here's what you would need to know about how to see your romantic partner in this way. So, yes, this person is special. This person is the top of the heap for you. But guess what? You have other relationships in life. You have family relationships. You have business relationships. You have neighbor relationships. You have friend relationships. You have relations to different institutions. That is, the job you work for. You have relations to your town, state, and country. You see what we're talking about here. And we're not asking to say, we're going to even them all out, but you just want to keep things in perspective. And if you do this for the whole of your relationship or from now on through the future, you're going to have a better relationship because you're going to see, yes, they are important, but there are other things that are important too. And accustom yourself to that. Welcome that. It's actually good that you relate to all these different people. Relationships that are stifling are where you lock yourself in your house or apartment, you close the door, you throw away the key, and people think it's going to be better, but it turns out you can make your relationship more of a prison sentence if you do that than if you just have a more open view of it. And in terms of, yes, there's other things in life. There's interests and hobbies that I have that my romantic partner doesn't share. And that's all fine. That's good. Keep everything in its proportionate place, and you'll have a much better relationship.